Hello guys, welcome everyone at our every Friday Yapi Corporate webinars. If you follow us, you must know that my name is Yana. And today we will talk about modal verbs and actually modals of deduction in the past. Yes, you heard me right. We're going to talk about deductions made with the help of modal verbs, but not in the present, but in the past. So actually, you can use modal verb to make your assumptions or to make some conclusions about something which had happened in the past, the same as you do it in the present, just with some slight difference in the structure. Okay, so let's compare two sentences. He must be happy about his promotion, and he must have been happy about his promotion yesterday. So the difference here is that in the first sentence, the modal verb is used in the present tense, and you make your deduction based on some evidence just right now or in current time. And in the second sentence, you say he must have been happy yesterday or last year or just before the time, because you know that it had happened yesterday, and you make your assumption about past time. So in this case, you should do it correctly, otherwise you might be misunderstood. So how you do it correctly? You take a modal verb, you add the verb have to all pronouns, pay attention, it doesn't change into has, and you use past participle of the verb, so the third form of the verb. So the modal plus have plus past participle. Now the next question you should ask me is which modal verb to use. So the choice of a modal verb directly depends on your level of sureness. So how sure or unsure you are about your assumptions. So let's say like that. If you are almost sure, like 99%, that something happened, you should use modal verb must. So it's like about 99% sureness. So he must have been happy. You're almost sure because you know how much he did for that, yes, how happy he was and how hardworking he is, right? So he must have been happy. Okay, if your assumption is based on some, well, possible fact, so there is a possibility, so you are like 50% right or sure about something was possible to happen, so you would use here could or may or might. Maybe I would like to point out that might possesses some less certainty, like about 30%, yes? So he might have gone there or he could have gone there, right? So you're not sure to 100%, but you have like a half of 100% sureness. And if you have a slight chance, like very small, 0 or 1, that something, well, could happen, or actually you're sure that it's not possible, yes, that it happened, so you would use can't or couldn't in this case. Like you say, he can't have been there, he was with me at this time, right? Or he couldn't have gone there, he was in another country at that moment, right? So let's recoup on what I have mentioned. Your choice of the verb directly depends on your certainty. So if you are the most percentage sure, you use must. 50-50 situation possible, use could, may, or might. And can't or couldn't, that just could not have happened, right? So that's not true. All right, guys, we move on. And of course, you would like to prove all that information with examples. So I'm going to provide you with these examples. Let's have a look. You must have been very pleased when you received the result of annual evaluation. You must have been pleased means I'm sure that you were pleased because I know how important it was for you. Or he must have forgotten his phone at home again. He's not answering. Maybe it had happened before, and based on your experience and the assumptions, you can make such conclusion. And I must have left my kids in the car. I can't find them, yeah, but they were with me. So you're almost sure that you must have left them in the car. These three examples combine your highest level of sureness, right? So you're almost sure. Now, let's observe the following cases. Like, he was supposed to be here an hour ago, but he could have been stuck in a traffic jam. You're not sure what is the reason why he was late, yes? But he could have been stuck. Or he may have said he was coming, but I can't really remember. I wasn't listening. So maybe he said, maybe he did not say. You're not sure, you say he may have said. All right. And one more example about 50% sureness. I might have been here once, but I can't really remember. You don't remember, you're not sure, you say I might have been here. All right. And when you're sure that this is just not possible, that it have happened, you say, I can't have seen them that night. I was in the other city, right? So it's just not possible. She can't have missed that appointment. She's really a punctual person, right? So it's not possible again. And she can't have applied for that job. She doesn't have qualifications, right? You're surprised, you know the facts, and you make your assumption based on that, using the correct modal, the correct structure, and you talk about the past. Okay, guys? Good. Now I offer you to practice, of course. So after explanation, there always comes practice. Please have a look. I have 3 options for you, like must have, could have, or can't have. This will be the gap filling exercise. I will be reading out some sentences for you. And when I click my fingers, you understand that this is the gap that you have to fill with either of these 3 options. All right? So let's get started. She misunderstood my directions. Why else is she late? So think. I'm almost sure. So we say she must have misunderstood my directions, right? So the first option comes here. Next one. He gone to the beach. He hates being under sun. Okay. So it's not possible to happen. He can't have gone to the beach, right? So because he doesn't like being there. All right. Next, I written down the number incorrectly. I've just called the hospital, not office. So you're sure that you made a mistake, you say, I must have written down the number incorrectly. Okay, next sentence. They been at the meeting room, but I didn't see them. So you're not sure. Yes, you say they could have been, yeah, in the meeting room. Okay, next. John been very happy when he found out he was going to be a sales director. Okay. It's a good promotion, good job opportunity, so he must have been very happy. All right, we move on. He gone to the city center. He did say he wanted to go shopping. So he did say, but you are not sure, so you can say he could have gone, right? He could have gone, but you're not sure about that. Next one. I'm sorry, but Samantha isn't here. She already left the office. She could have already left the office, right? But if you're sure, you can say she must have already left the office. It depends in this situation on the context and on the real situation. Okay, guys, next one. He bought a new car. He doesn't have any money. So it's not possible. He can't have bought a new car. And the last sentence. I had to wait 45 minutes for a bus yesterday. There been some road repair. So there must have been some road repair because you don't know any other reason why it was possible, right? Okay, so now guys, listen to the music. Imagine you are a Sherlock Holmes, a famous detective who makes his assumptions based on facts and some figures and other mysterious things. So we have 2 cases on which you need to make your own assumptions using the grammar, which I have just explained to you, using the modals of deduction. So listen to the first case. On November 22nd, 1978, an 18-year-old thief broke into a lady's house and demanded all her money. She gave him all she had. It was only $11.50. The thief was so angry that he demanded to write out a check for him for $50. And 2 hours later, the police caught the thief. How did it happen? Okay, so guys, I will give you a minute or 2 to think about your deductions and write them down in the comments to our webinar while I'm doing the same thing. Okay, so our time starts. Okay, guys, are you ready with your assumptions? Because I am. I will share mine, and I hope that you have already shared yours. So the thief might have given the lady his real name, first of all, to write out a check. Then the lady could have recognized him, or there might have been a camera in the house, right? So these are my assumptions, and I wonder what are yours. Now let's solve the second case. A dog owner put some food in a pan for her cat. Then, because she didn't want her dog to eat the cat's food, she tied a 6-foot rope around his neck. Then she left. When she came back, she discovered that the dog had eaten all the cat's food. So how did it happen? Yes, what happened? Take 1 more minute to make your assumptions. Okay, guys, I have 2 ideas here. The dog could have gnawed the rope, and the cat might have shared the food. So maybe the second option is less likely, but still it has a possibility that it could have happened. So in these all cases, I was using the modal plus have plus the verb in the past participle. So I hope that you did the same. Okay, guys, and now we continue our practice, and our next task will be working with some pictures, okay? So it will be a short version of what we had just done. You look at the picture and just think what are your associations with it, and try to make your assumptions in the past about this picture. So, like, for example, what can you see? You see a couple. They are frustrated, they are not talking with each other. So I may make a conclusion that they could have quarreled, right? And they might have said something bad to each other. And the reason of their quarrel could have been something serious. Yeah, so the reason could have been serious. All right. So, and you try to do the same while I'm talking in the comments to our webinar. I will be very happy to see them and check them if it's necessary. All right, next picture. You can see a football player. He is very happy. So what could have happened? Well, if you are sure, you can say he must have scored a goal, right? And also he could have led his team to winning, right? Okay, next picture. There's a police stripe. Maybe some accident happened, so you really don't know. You're not sure. You can say that maybe a murder might have happened on the street, or some accident could have occurred, right? So, or maybe the house could have been robbed. Yeah, so you're not sure. You make your assumptions. Okay, look at this guy with the steam coming from his ears. So, what could have happened with him? He could have been at a difficult meeting, or he must have heard some frustrating or stressful news, or I don't know, he could have been stuck into his thoughts. So I don't know, he could have been embarrassed, I guess, right, by something. Okay, next cutie child. What? He could have been surprised by something, and he must have seen something nice, right? So what surprised him and made him so interested in something, right? Okay, next picture is a building. So you can see that this is an abandoned building. So make your assumptions what it could have been. Like it could have been a mansion once, and it must have been built a long time ago, and its owners could have been rich people, right? Why not? Okay, next picture is Stonehenge. Yes, a famous place, but a mysterious place. Nobody knows exactly what it was, who had built it, so you make your assumptions. It could have been used as some religious thematics, right? And it must have been built a very long time ago, and it could have been a significant place, right, for people who had created this Stonehenge place. So guys, I hope that today you have understood the main idea and the main principle of the topic. So you now know how to talk correctly about the past, making your deductions and assumptions using correct modal verb depending on your level of certainty, right? So the less sure you are, you use it can't or it couldn't. In the possible situation, you say could or might or may. And when you are almost 100% sure, you say this must have been a very interesting webinar, right? Okay, so thank you for your time and for staying with us, and see you soon. Bye bye.